the new Parkway Theater, where good food, diverse entertainment, and community create a place for everyone. For showtimes and special events, check out thenewparkway.com. You are listening to High Score 5-0, where real talk is our vernacular.
So would you say that decision to take the ball in overtime was the biggest mistake by the coaching of the Niners?
No. They had to do that because they know Mahomes is probably going to walk that ball down the field, and you don't want to put Brock Purdy.
To me, Kansas City plays better with pressure, so I would have gave the ball to Mahomes to begin with. Kansas City is always the second half team. Like when Jared was sitting there worried the first half, sitting all those crazy ass texts and all that, and I'm like, dude.
I was in a dark place,
y'all. Does with Mahomes. They were down 10 points in the fourth quarter to San Francisco the first time they played them. You know, they're fine, man, right?
For our listeners who don't know about the text stream, Jared once sent a dick pic to the text stream.
Come on.
That is not true.
Following the game on CBS was supposed to be the 49ers red and gold report, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they not playing the red and gold report. They went to a middle of a CSI or some shit episode, or the tracker. It's called the tracker. I think it's the tracker. Dude, it's not even listed on no guide, nothing. I was like, what the hell is this? The middle of the tracker they gonna play. It was supposed to be the red and gold report from 8 to 8:35.
They're like, well, we got pushed out by everything going to overtime, so we're just not going to do it because we don't want to do it anymore.
Oh, they didn't want to do it. That's what it was.
And breaking news.
They would have done it. You'll be on that red and gold for about 2 hours.
Breaking news. The Chiefs, led by Patty Mahomes, won Super Bowl 50, whatever this was. 57? I don't know, 56.
I need someone like my cigar.
Someone get my guitar and light Aaron's cigar.
Hold on, Jared.
Oh, we're waiting, you know.
Hold on. You know, Berkeley Ball got this real fruit juice Gatorade. I had to buy me some because I'm over here dehydrating. I was over here spitting up, celebrating, man, like you wouldn't believe. Patrick Mahomes did it again. I told you that defense, Jared. I told you the defense was nothing to play with. I gotta look at some stats. Let's see what I got here, Jared. Let's see what I got here stats-wise. Brock Purdy, 23 for 38, 255 yards. 60%. Not bad, not good. Christian McCaffrey, 80 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble. No touchdowns. 80 yards off 22 carries, Jared.
Who won they gave it to Patty Mahomes as the MVP?
I don't know, because man, CBS cut away out here. Bay Area CBS cut away. But when they were first presented the Super Bowl trophy, underneath his name, it said one of 3 players to win 3 Super Bowls and 3 Super Bowl MVPs. So most likely. Chiefs actually set the record for most games allowed under 28 points in the Super Bowl era. They beat the Ravens. Ravens had 19 in 2000. Now you figured that they had to play one more extra game that the Ravens played. So they still... McCaffrey had 8 catches for 80 yards, though. He was good.
He had like 150 all-purpose yards, so he's good.
Yeah, let's look at the winner. Mahomes threw for 73%. But Purdy was at 60%. Mahomes was 34 out of 46 for 74% percentage, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Mahomes also ran for 66 yards. Travis Kelce had 9 catches, 93. So I guess he showed up after you talked shit about him at halftime.
He didn't do shit all first half.
2 halves, Jared. 2 halves to a game.
Yeah, whatever, man. They were playing like dog shit that first half, bro.
They're
lucky. The Niners. They got beneficial that punt went off that dude's heel. That really swung.
They still have to jump on that ball, Jared. You know how many times in the regular season we've seen that happen in the team?
The McLeod should have just fallen on top of the ball once he saw it. Because the only reason why he tried to pick it up because he saw it hit his teammate's foot. Yeah, he should have immediately just try to fall on it. He tried to pick it up and run with it. And I'm like, bruh, that's not.
Yeah, he was getting hit though. He was getting hit too.
No, he wasn't getting hit when it went through his hands.
Well, that's called making plays, though. Jerry still got to get it.
You're trying to rationalize it. It was that really swung it because they scored the ensuing play, and now they have the lead instead of like playing from behind.
Are lucky because the offensive lineman blocked while the ball was in the air on a forward pass.
I don't know. I don't know the rules of what the rules are about a backwards.
Because think about this: on a jailbreak screen, you
can't start blocking before the guy catches the ball.
Yeah, so that's the same rule. He took a big ass block.
Yeah, the lineman was blocking the dude, but I think
and he was outside. And there's rules
outside the tackle box.
And he was outside the tackle box when he made that block. You can block inside the tackle box. You can't block. So I mean, it goes both ways. There's no luck. You create luck. You create luck by putting yourself in position through preparation and hard work. You put yourself in position to create luck.
Mm-hmm.
They created luck, and they created it.
No, they took
Give me a Patrick Mahomes jersey. I'm gonna break my rule. First person who I buy a jersey for they in the Hall of Fame, Patrick Mahomes.
Well, it's kind of set in stone that he's gonna make the Hall of Fame. He could probably, you know what? He'd probably have to do some O.J. Simpson type shit to not get in the Hall of Fame. O.J. in the Hall of Fame?
O.J. in the Hall of Fame, yeah. After.
But he had to do some O.J. shit before his career is over, before he would qualify for the Hall of Fame, where they would be like, we can't. He'd have to fix games.
Years, he got to do an OJ to not get in the Hall.
He got to do an OJ or like play and they prove and find him fixing games somehow, doing some crazy shit, something like that. Pete Rose.
The only way he fixing games by winning.
I heard you was crying along with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, Aaron.
I was crying and then I kissed Donna Kelce before it was over.
All right, we got Pedro in the house.
What the hell you doing with a pillowcase on the couch pillow? There's some niggas in here.
How's the game, Pedro? Did you guys have a big party, or was it smaller?
No, you had a small party. It was just a game. It was my daughter, her boyfriend, and he don't watch football, so he was in there finishing up he did the tile work in the bathroom.
Okay.
And he was eating and talking. He watched most of the game.
Okay.
But he was like, yeah, let me finish up the tile. And then Michael went there. I didn't know who he was rooting for because he don't like neither one of these teams either. Mm-hmm. But he wanted San Francisco to win.
Why he want San Francisco to win?
He's a San Diego Charger fan.
Yeah, it's hard to watch a division rival win a title, but sometimes if they're playing a team that you hate more than them, I was rooting for Philly against the Patriots. Shit.
Yeah, that was bad.
But when Philly was playing last year playing KC, I was rooting KC.
I was mad. Y'all don't understand. I was so hot that Baltimore's 49er game. I was just steaming mad the whole game, but I wanted Baltimore to win.
Yeah, you wanted Baltimore in the game?
Yeah, I was steaming hot.
It would have been a different game. It could have been, it could have been maybe more scoring if Baltimore's. I don't know. Baltimore seemed to have their number when they played them with the way they ran it and then threw it a little bit, because it seems like KC does just enough just to be like, all right, as long as we get one chance at the end of the game, or like we can get a couple possessions late in the game, we're gonna be able to like either take the lead or put them away.
That's what happened when you got a bad man back there, Jared.
Yeah, that was hey man. Hey, I don't have faith. I told you I ain't got faith. I ain't have faith in nobody.
I told you. I've been telling you since.
I need people to prove it. When you prove it, then I just
How many times you got to prove it, Jared? I told you how many times, and I said it to you. I asked you that question this morning.
I think
nonsense right now. Can we get to the game?
I think this game out of Patrick Mahomes and the way he ended it, and the way in the fourth quarter when they needed to get down the field and score, like it opened up and he made enough plays. But at the same time, like it was teetering on something similar to what happened with that Bucs game, where they're not able to get anything going, but they're keeping it in striking distance, but they're not able to get anything going, and they were getting consistent pressure on Mahomes. Now, as the game wore on, you saw that pressure. I think the Niners ends and players got a little tired too, so they weren't getting quite the same pressure. But at the same time, like up until that punt, that muff punt, man, it was not looking good. That muff punt really changed things, changed the dynamic.
They had the lead. They got the lead right after
They got the lead. They got the lead.
They was right there. They scored, Jared.
No, but they were still down. They were still down by 4. And they had just gone basically another 3 and out and were punting again. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't getting anything going. And you're like, oh man, the second half adjustments, they'll figure it out, let's get going. And they didn't get going. Well, after that play, then things started kind of clicking and they started being able to move the ball down the field more. But they also weren't able to stop the Niners from getting in good position. Now they're able to hold up and not let the Niners get in the end zone on a couple plays, except for that Jennings touchdown. But you know, I don't know. You had to prove it. In football, is very much a team game. Now, if I'm going to bet on somebody to get the ball and have a chance to answer and put my money on it, it's going to be Mahomes. Yeah, he's going to make the plays. He's good enough with his legs. He knows how to play the position well enough to where it's not about just running just to run. Extended plays and just, finding guys from different launch angles, throwing balls into, great windows with, everything. Like he's tight. So I think that this game, I would say, is reason for me to now not question him. But up until this point, I'm saying, like, 2 Super Bowls, yes, 4 years apart, having lost in a Super Bowl between that, I can't expect that he is that dude just yet. I think today's game, pushed it definitely much more past that threshold. So yeah, man, I'm gonna give it to Patrick Mahomes. He's tight.
Patrick Mahomes is Michael Jordan. Okay? He's Michael Jordan. He's cut the bullshit.
And I'm gonna say the same thing because Jordan was the same way, Jared. If you watch Jordan games, it was like Jordan in the first quarter usually only scored like 4 or 6 points. He was getting other people involved. He was hanging around. Then he'll score to keep them in the game, have the lead, or either be close. And then he'll take over the second quarter. Then third, he'll score a little bit, just keep it close. In fourth quarter, he closed. Jordan closed every fourth quarter game. And that's what Patty Mahomes remind me of.
That boy is good.
Well, he did miss Rasheed Rice over the middle for that would-be touchdown. That would have been one way to end the game, too. Yeah, I don't know which way
Jordan missed some free throws that sent games in overtime, too.
Yeah.
That happens. That happens.
Yeah, that would have been a great way to end it.
I want to talk about the coaching when we get to it.
Still ended a great way.
Yeah. Top 5 Super Bowl all time?
My lifetime. It might be right there. I mean, I was nervous as hell because I didn't want the Niners to win, so I was nervous. I was kind of anxiety, man. I thought about at one point that, man, this might be my last Super Bowl I ever watch live. Shit.
Y'all taking it too far now.
I took it too far. Pedro, you ain't up here, man. See, the one thing, Pedro, imagine if you moved to Baltimore. You're a Cleveland Brown fan, you move to Baltimore, and then they start winning. And you got to deal with the crack addicts and Baltimore.
You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack.
Pedro, just as context, like, I've gotten, like, no texts from Niner fans. Because I was expecting if they won, you're going to be like, yeah, man. I was going to hear it.
I get it.
And you're going to see it. And it's going to be people in the street honking horns. It's going to be people doing ignorant shit. Right now, it is quiet on my block. It is quiet outside.
Pedro, let me tell you, they planned the parade. Pedro, the day after beating Detroit, dude.
Yeah.
Not only did they plan a parade, they had some dude hanging shit for the parade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The day after that, Monday after they beat Detroit.
So can y'all put those R. Kelly crying memes over that parade banner? That is hilarious.
Come on.
That's the thing you deal with. I'm with Jared, Pedro. You don't understand, man. Pedro, Niner fans, when they weren't winning, you didn't see a jersey. You didn't see nothing. You didn't hear it.
No, Aaron, they've been obnoxious since we were kids.
They were obnoxious when we were in L.A.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're just kids. That's what I was telling them in the party. I was telling Mike, I was like, when I started watching football in the 90s or 89 or whatever, I started watching 88, 89. They were annoying then, and I didn't understand it. And I'm like, dude, y'all just, it seemed like, why is everybody here on a bandwagon? And I was a kid saying it.
Yeah, that's true. We were kids saying that.
I was like, dude, why would we root for the Rams, root for the Raiders? I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many 49er fans in LA. There's a lot of 49er fans here. The guy that sells my big truck parts, he's a big 49er. How you Arizona Cardinal and a 49er fan? He's got flags.
Because the Cardinals were in the NFC East for the longest time.
So
he's like the second most West Coast team, and they in the East.
He's got a Cadillac Escalade here. He's got a gold, cream colored Cadillac Escalade. On one side, he's got Cardinals. He's got Arizona. He got Cardinal stuff on. And then when the 49ers, I was like, dude, I asked him, I was like, how you?
You should ask him how he felt about that Aeneas Williams hit on Steve Young. Oh, he sleep. He sleep.
The problem was who was that? The running back from Nebraska that did
Lawrence Phillips.
I meant to take a picture.
Lawrence Phillips. Remember, he didn't block. He was supposed to block. He got in trouble, kicked out of practice that week for not paying attention for that same play that they ran, which he missed the block and got Steve Young killed. Earlier that week, he was kicked out of practice for not paying attention what he was supposed to do on that play. They dumbass put him back in the game. He misses the block, and Aeneas Williams basically he
had a 15 yards head start to speed up and just run through him. That was crazy. Dude, Aaron, check your mic real quick. Make sure that you have your Zoom chosen up to your mic.
You know what it is? Oh, that might be what's going on. Here we go. We go on the loud style. Do I sound better now?
Yeah, now you sound like you actually coming through a mic.
Yeah, you're right. My Zoom was not hooked up to the mic.
I think last episode
I'm over here.
You were quiet because you were also not. Your mic wasn't.
I could have sworn I checked the last episode. I'm over. So you basically saying I'm the San Francisco 49ers of Super Bowl right now, showing up and not finishing.
Sipping a nice Chichicapa mezcal. Shout out sponsorship is a celebration. I bought an $80 bottle of mezcal just in case the Niners lost. And thank you, San Francisco 49ers. You gave me a reason to bust it open and have a nice little sip here.
Nice little sip.
Yeah. All right, y'all ready to start the show?
Man, I've already started it.
All right.
I didn't need you. I started it without you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the High Score 510 podcast. You can catch us at High Score 510 on the Instagram, the YouTube, and on the Twitter. Also, check out our TikTok at the High Score 510 and the Patreon page at patreon.com/High Score 510. And be ready this month. It's Black History Month. And to celebrate and honor Black History Month, we are doing our Black History Month Jeopardy special. That will be dropping probably near the end of the month because we're probably not going to record it till the end of the month. It might drop in March, but regardless, our Black History Month Jeopardy special is upcoming. So be ready for that. Got to figure out a day to record that. But I got all the categories and yeah, man, it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a doozy.
It's one of the categories going to be, why didn't we come up with this in Africa?
That's going to be a new platform, Pedro. You should run on a political platform. Just be like, why didn't we?
It's a great idea. I gotta start getting into creating memes again. Do it in Africa because I'm copying off of Stugatz. I'm like, do it in Africa.
Do it in the playoffs. Do it in the championship game. Do it to mean something.
Jesus.
All right. And we are here with.
This is AG3 coming at you faster than probably the happiest non-Kansas City fan around.
Well, here's your soundbite, Aaron.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician. Mm-hmm. What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician. I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said. No, I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby. I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
So
That's a dumb bitch.
I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby. I do music.
So you just really quick. For the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said, I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So, in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Who is this dumb bitch right here, man?
See, I'm not the only one, Jared.
Ruining the culture, man. Just ruining it. Oh, my God.
I hope that was a joke. Maybe that was a bit.
That was not a bit. Her ass is ignorant, Jared.
First of all, this is why you don't go in the neighborhood pick up black girls with tattoos on their face. The most dangerous thing to ever do for any black man or any person, any beautiful white woman or white man, is to pick up a woman to interview with a tattoo on their face. Okay? Don't do that.
Unless you're going out for the role as one of Charlie Manson's acolytes, and there's no reason to pick her up. This
magic moment. Maybe she was an apocalypto.
Jesus.
And we are here with
everybody's favorite truck driver. I'm a truck driver again. My truck's working. Captain P Funk coming at you like the play calls Kansas City ran. Don't know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I try to get everybody involved that doesn't have any talent. That's what I do.
So you're saying that the play calling was kind of like how this guy thinks Africans govern themselves.
Time for us to just put the imperial hat back on to say, we're going to govern those countries if you're incapable of governing yourselves, because enough is enough. We're done being invaded.
Because our own national security risk is at stake.
Exactly.
National security interests are at stake.
You can say that about pretty much all of Africa. They're incapable of governing themselves and benefiting their citizens because the governments there are all about looting and pillaging and lining their pockets and going shopping in Paris instead of actually making their country better.
People on the left are going to watch this. They're going to say, wait a minute, Eric Prince is talking about being a colonialist again.
Absolutely.
Okay, what's his name?
Eric what?
Eric Prince.
Eric Prince. Hey,
Eric
Jared,
Prince.
I'm pretty bad at Jared right now, but keep going. I like that.
I'm trying to see if I don't like his name. Not enough syllables for a package.
If you guys don't know what Pedro means when he says he deserves a package, Pedro creates his Call of Duty loadouts and names them after beautiful, wide, evil men or just terrible human beings.
Terrible human beings. That's what I name them after. He ain't got to be white. Oh, I got Casey and Squirt online right there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Eric Prince over here being like, basically, he's basically like, hey, man, we ain't going to say they inferior and not human no more, but, you know what I'm saying, they acting like it, so we need to go back in there.
They can't govern themselves, and we need to govern everybody.
We need to. Yeah. He's like, what about the black ops and the, you know, saying groups that go in there to destabilize, and the CIA, you know, saying funding in these countries, funding these rebel groups to overthrow the democratic voted officials or getting them assassinated. That's because they don't do nothing about it, and we gonna keep doing it. So I got a reason to say this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Fuck Eric Prince, by the way. Shout out sponsorship. Come on our show. We'd love to talk to you about like your just wonderful view on the world of the nuance and the subtlety and the fuckery that goes on, as you seem to have a great grasp on. Anyways, and my name is Jared, aka DJ Art, with 2 T's for a double dose of that tink tink. The D is silent, so it's just Jart. Shout out to my boy. It's Black History Month, so I'm going to put something positive out there. Somebody that was a stalwart of consciousness within the community. Our boy, Gil Scott. Haron.
I thought you said Isaiah Pacheco.
That nigga, Isaiah Pacheco run like an elementary school kid.
Back in the jungle, when the natives got restless, they would call it guerrilla attack. And they would never describe that the folks finally got wise and decided that they would fight back. And still, we are victims of word games. Semantics is always a bitch. Places once referred to as underdeveloped are now called mineral rich. And the game goes on eternally. Unity kept just beyond reach. Egypt and Libya used to be in Africa. They've now been moved to the Middle East. There are examples galore, I assure you. But if interpreting were left up to me, I'd be sure every time folks knew this version wasn't mine, which is why it is called his story.
All right, shout out to that brother. Shout out to Gil Scott Heron. Come on our show.
You giving yourself, his motherfucker dead, man, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
You over here giving yourself like all these like black philosophers and shit like that, right? Which kind of pissed me off. Giving yourself black philosophers, and you ain't sitting here giving me You know what? You didn't have to give me a philosopher. All you had to give me for my intro was Ving Rhames singing "Oh Happy Day." Oh happy day when he walks. That's all I needed, Jared. Oh happy day.
If you guys don't know, the 49ers lost. You said Ving Rhames, Aaron? That's a magic moment.
Yeah, I probably said Ving Rhames, even though that thing Marshawn sent out with Ving Rhames, that's some B movie, that was hilarious.
This the 49ers lost and lost in a Super Bowl, so that means that today is
Can't hear the music.
Can't hear it, can't see anything or hear anything.
Oh, damn. Man, I was gigging out. I didn't share that screen. My bad. I'm over here gigging out with my boy. When Jesus walks.
We can't gig out. We want to gig out too.
Oh, here we go. It means it's a happy day, y'all. Here it comes.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day. There it comes.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus walks. When Jesus walks. When he walks. When Jesus walks. Was he on cocaine?
He was on that white Jesus. They call it white girl. He calls it white Jesus.
He was on that angel.
Praise white Jesus.
He was on that God bless.
He was singing with the angels, baby.
He's on that angel death, so I might be. He was on that.
Oh Lord, that felt so good. That was like a celebratory, uplifting song for my spirit today on this wonderful.
When he walks. The funny thing is, he keeps singing when he walks, isn't it? When he walks, he washed my sins away. Is that what it is?
I just kept hearing "I am Groot." I don't know what he was saying.
You might as well just kept saying "I am Groot," would have sounded better.
Well, in news this week, question of the day is, who scattered better? My boy, Willie Hutch. I found this song this week, or last week, and it's been in my ear. Man, I'm playing it a bunch, man. It's tight. Anyways, it's a famous song that was sampled by a famous hip hop group and made into a banger. So,
oh yeah,
here we go.
As he joins us again with a beautiful selection from his latest album entitled Fully Exposed. Let's get some more hands together, gang. For
Live
Willie
on
Hutch.
Soul Train, nigga.
Boy, Willie Hutch.
He's saying dooba-da, dooba-dee. Yeah. Who did it better, Willie Hutch or my boy?
Come on, be my baby tonight. People who will be able to say, you know something? I heard every damn question up in that flow, and I understand him. I see his perspective. That's who I'm reaching.
Come on, be my
David from the real world.
David from Real World did it. Come on, be my baby tonight.
The only real good sample is, you know what it is here, that 3 6 Mafia song.
Scatting?
No, that Willie Hutch song.
Yeah,
3 6 Mafia sampled it.
Yeah, they sampled it. 3 6 Mafia.
My favorite Willie Hutch song is The Glow, man. Play The Glow. Willie Hutch, The Glow. Go 3 6 Mafia first, though. Let's see what Pedro talking about. I don't know why Pedro wants to listen. I never
This is a tight. It was a tight sample.
They fly.
This is a
Fly.
tight song. This is a tight.
I never super into Six Mafia.
I like them. I wasn't either. And then I started listening to old songs
Bagels are
because of
finally
Michael
here
and
at
them.
McDonald's. Delicious egg.
Sorry, make commercials.
We got egg bagels.
Man, you better get you an egg bagel, Pedro.
Man, that shit probably got 10 times more calorie than any other bagel in this world.
11,000
You better take you some Ozempic.
Exactly. I take some extra metformin to get through those carbs.
All right, this is the sample. My boy Willie Hutch. Do-ba-da, do-ba-dee, do-ba-da, what day? Man, it was a tight riff too. They just ripped this shit.
Yeah. For the first time, it's going down here. New 3-6 Mafia. Featuring Ball, Nim JG, Young Buck. This is a Tennessee thing. We gotta stay. Till I die. I gotta stay.
And actually, this verse.
The nigga music. This is nigga music. I like that. I like
Man, that's my jam, man. I hit that jam. Anyways, so Aaron said that David from Real World's Scatting was better than that nigga had his shirt off, was trying to flex. Man, he's just trying to get bitches.
Right, man. All he was supposed to be doing was recording an intro. That was the crazy thing. It was just your name and where you're from. That's all he's supposed to say. He's supposed to answer like one question.
He's the part where he was this in his own head where he's like, man, they heard everything I had to say about myself in that. Hold on.
Come on, be my baby tonight. I know I'm not like those other thugs you mess with. And he said that, I almost fell out.
People who will be able to say, you know something, I heard every damn question up in that flow, and I understand him.
Look on his face.
Anyways, all right. Well,
play that Willie Hutch the Glow, man. Play that Willie Hutch the Glow.
Willie Hutch the Glow. Hold on. I gotta find.
Yeah, Willie Hutch didn't get enough credit. He didn't get enough credit. He should have got more credit. But I forgot he wrote the Mac too. He wrote that whole soundtrack.
To the Mac.
He also has this song that got sampled by 3-6 Mafia UGK.
And he wrote another song.
Yep.
Man, that's a bad man, Willie Hutch. Yeah, Willie Hutch. I'm gonna have to look up more Willie Hutch. I realized
a lot of black exploitation that were really good.
Yeah. No, well, shout out to Willie Hutch sponsorship. Come on our show.
Willie Hutch music could be the theme music for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And then Super Bowl trophy chose them, baby. Yeah. And should we get to like news or should we get to just talk about the Super Bowl right now?
We know what the theme music for the Niners is.
Oh, what's the theme music? Oh yeah.
Bang Niner Gang, man.
Bang Bang Niner Gang. The Bang Bang Niner Gang did not happen tonight.
They were big stepping no more.
They were not big stepping today. They was close to big stepping.
They small stepping.
No. We're gonna say Isaiah Pacheco was small stepping.
You hated him, Isaiah.
Bro, Isaiah Pacheco is a vexing player. He's a consistent and solid player, but he doesn't run with power to where like the pile moves forward when he hits it, right? But he also isn't super elusive and super fast. So like he's basically just he's a warm body that's been consistent and that's stuck and been better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who is just obviously not the business at all. But yeah, it's interesting because he doesn't run with real power. He does run hard. But they were running some stuff wide. Anyways, we'll get to that stuff. It's like, dude, he just needs to get a running start, and you need to let him make one cut. Don't have him dancing. If he's dancing, he ain't doing nothing. Anyways, in news this week, a Indian celebrity TikToker went viral for faking her own death.
Wait, we didn't go over that last week?
Nope. Due to cervical cancer.
Yes, we did go over that last week.
We all commented on that last week. You played that whole video. Wait, did we?
Yes.
We did, Jared.
No, this is what you did. You probably edited it out at the end of the show, but we went over it last week.
No, we talked about it on the phone, you niggas.
No.
No, I can swear.
No, it's on the show.
Video on my own.
No.
All right,
y'all have done this multiple times. No, this
yeah.
we talked about it. We're like, we ain't talked about it.
No, it was at the end of the show. I meant to talk about it.
2025 already. We talked about it.
Brandon might have brought it up
already,
but in passing. But it didn't. We didn't talk about it. Well, anyways, an Indian TikToker by the name of Poonam Pandey faked her own death on social media to raise awareness for cervical cancer. Is this a terrible, terrible thing to do, or is this the new age of raising awareness?
Was she a TikToker or a low-end actress?
I think she was it says Indian celebrity, so maybe she's an actress, but she also is.
She's an actress more. She's not like super A, but she's an actress.
Well, on her TikTok, where she has millions of followers, her family announced a fake announcement of her death, passing due to complications of cancer. And then days later revealed that she wasn't actually dead. Is this a strike of social media genius?
Well, she said it was in conjunction with whatever to raise cervical. I could have sworn we talked about this shit, man.
We didn't. I promise you, niggas. No, we didn't talk about it, niggas.
You was on mushrooms by that time. Yeah, we talked about this, and she talked about. She had a whole interview after she died, or after she faked her death.
See, you believed it. A strike of genius.
Jesus, I didn't believe it.
Oh, yeah, no, I just want to know what y'all think about it. Because honestly,
but I think about it for the second time, so I got to talk about it.
Okay,
you didn't talk about it.
It's a third world country allowed to do everything.
Maybe I don't want
India, not a third world.
Maybe I don't want Pedro to talk about it.
Allowed to do all that.
We just
he would have said that shit before.
Pedro about to offend 1.5 billion people.
What? It's not a third. What is India? What the shoot is the strongest. I want to say the strongest production market, ain't it? Behind China.
No.
So I get a lot of stuff from there.
What the hell? Your breaks income from there?
No, but robocalls all come from India.
Come on, man.
They invented the robocall. You want to pay your power bill, you have to call India. They invented a lot of stuff. They got a lot. They got it cracking.
You stupid. All right, well, let's just move on before Pedro continues on his musings of India.
They ain't nothing but some snake niggas.
I put the H on it to emphasize it's nigga.
DraftKings, please sponsor us. Anybody, sportsbook, sponsor us.
They make magic carpets.
This nigga. Get this nigga off the air.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Oh my guys. All right. In other news, Riz Pharma is now the new weigh-in sponsor of the UFC.
Who?
The pharmaceutical company named Riz Pharma.
Hey, can we go back to India? I forgot what thing they do. They make black women hair.
They do that well.
And they do that well. No, I apologize if I offended you anyway. Y'all make black women look beautiful. Thank you, India, because I wouldn't know what to do with the nappy-headed hoes.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Pedro is sure to turn a compliment into an insult to somebody else. It's a zero-sum game in Pedro's comments.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody gonna get it. We gonna call Pedro the can man. Anyone can.
Listen, man. They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
All right. Well, the UFC added Riz Pharma, the erectile dysfunction and hair loss medication company, to sponsor their weigh-ins. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that any of those rapists need the dysfunctional erectile medicine.
They'll do anything.
Them bastards.
I'm impotent, man.
Yeah, well, that actually fits in. They'll probably take them diamonds. Well, they're not diamond pills. They're probably rectangle pills. Take one for the fight to start rolling around like a bunch of homosexuals.
It's horrible. Guys rolling around like homosexuals on the ground. I mean, it is not a sport that shows great talent.
Hey, is the UFC like one of those, like, is this sponsorship deal? This is like one of the most on brand, just like in your face, like, we not bashful about what we promoting here.
They don't care.
No, I can't blame because you got,
like you got the NFL got like banks and shit, got people with real money. Even like, man, we got this dick pill company.
You got banks, you got real companies.
We got,
and it's not even a high end dick pill company either. Not even the ones we heard about that
they named it Riz.
They named it.
I got Riz, baby. Girl, I got Riz in my pants. You know, it's a company derived and based off of male insecurities and vanity. It's like we just profit off that. That's all we need.
Just right up their alley.
Mm-hmm. Let me know when y'all create the dick pill that also kills your sperm for 1 or 2 good sessions.
Premature ejaculator? Damn it. You know, why you got to bring that up?
That pill's coming out in the next year or 2, so be ready for that, guys.
The next sponsor going to be non-abortion clinics. I said non-abortion.
Non-abortion clinics.
Neanderthal ass company.
Yeah.
Man, fuck UFC. I just be playing when I'm talking about people on here, folks. UFC is real about the ignorance.
ain't no playing on the daytime.
They are real. These motherfuckers is
cracker ass cracker.
Yeah, Sean Strickland actually came out this week and gotten a little tiz with your boy Jake Paul, who basically said, "Hey, come fight me in a boxing match. I'll give you $1 million if you win." And and then Sean Strickland responded eventually in the exchange of words, been like, you know what? Is there a country that I could take a man's life and basically get away with it? Because I do that for free. If Jake Paul was the man I was killing, basically, more or less.
Damn, man, all he did is offer him a fight.
Jake Paul on Twitter said, "Sean Strickland, you're embarrassing for trying to stop Sneaker like that." Oh yeah, Sean Strickland also beat up a streamer who's stupid and does stupid stuff as a streamer. Beat him up in the ring. He went in there, boxed with him, and Sean Strickland just punched him over and over again. But Sneeko didn't fall down, so shout out to Sneeko. You gotta come on our show. Regardless, Paul went on Twitter and said, "Sean Strickland, you're embarrassing for trying to stop Sneeko like that. You weren't even able to drop someone with no experience while going all out. You're a horde boxer and that only picks on inexperienced people. I'll fly you to Puerto Rico or PR. That's I'm assuming, and we can fight on camera. If you win, I'll give you $1 million. But if you get dropped, you have to get better tattooed on you." Anyways, Strickland responded by saying, "You lost to a part-time boxer, LOL." And then it gets dark. He says, "Real talk, no jokes aside, Jake Paul is an utter fucking joke. You box small, retired, old MMA fighters and sell sugar water to kids. If it were legal, I'd take your fucking life with a smile on my face. Is there any place on this earth I can take a man's life and walk?"
If you really want to take it, you just take it. Man, I only take it if it's legal, man. If you about it, you just take it.
A beacon of the UFC's current state of affairs. Sean Strickland speaks, and we listen.
He's probably off that Riz or Jizz Pharma, whatever the hell he's on. He's probably taking them pills daily.
Jizz Pharma?
Yeah.
Man, this dude's an asshole.
In this picture, he's wearing a t-shirt that says a woman in every kitchen, a gun in every hand. Sean Strickland, 2024, like he's running for president, some stupid shit. Anyways, shout out to the UFC for Riz Pharma collaboration. That's going to be epic. It's going to boost, just all the things that are great about your fan base and what you're promoting. Shout out to UFC sponsorship. We'd love to talk more about you guys in a glowing light, of course, if you would pay us. Or would you guys take their money? If it's got enough zeros in it.
Yeah, I just thought about that. Let me stop messing with my money. Riz Pharma, I have erectile dysfunction. I would like to try your product. Can you bring some women with you too?
He had sex with my mama.
Can you provide the stimulation? Oh Lord, that's the Patron. You stupid. All right. In other news, you thought UFC fighters are bad. Well, wait till you see what these goons and thugs in boxing, how they carry themselves outside the ring. This week, Keyshawn Davis aggressively confronted Teofimo Lopez about his name, about keeping his name out of his mouth. These boxers are a bunch of thugs. Thugs, I tell you.
Stop treating us like animals and thugs, and start treating us with some respect.
Watch this exchange between these boxers, and they are out of control.
What made you mention my name in that interview? Just a question.
You said Crawford will beat me.
It's just an opinion.
I don't like it. I hope you respect that part.
I respect it.
I'm not saying Pedraza's gonna beat you.
Nah, I ain't say that. Because you know that's not gonna happen.
No, maybe it can.
Everybody can when you step in that ring.
Just don't bite the bullet.
Hey, Tio, I never disrespected you, right? I took that as disrespect, what you said.
You did?
For sure. They ain't even mention my name when you brought it up.
You know, a lot of times they mix my words up.
I seen the video.
You did?
I seen it.
Well, I didn't mean to disrespect you, brother. Good business. Wish you nothing but the best.
And Jay, I don't know who the fuck these motherfuckers are, man.
Teofimo Lopez is a bad man. Regardless, do you see the aggressive nature and how these boxers are out of control?
Dude, yeah. Compared to UFC fighters, they look like saints. They look like people that's at Patron church.
I could have swore Teofimo Lopez wearing a Friars outfit. He read the book
too.
Why
they look like saints? Because they take their sports serious. Okay, and they've been training all their life. They didn't just come out from some damn straight off some drug street fighting, bashing in windows, stealing TVs. No,
stealing TVs, girlfriend selling turquoise on the street in New Mexico.
Exactly. These people actually been putting in the work, been in that gym, sweet science all their life. Okay, they not like these dudes. It's like, I'm gonna fight somebody because I robbed a couple of niggas. I beat them up, and robbed a couple of niggas and whipped a couple of cars. I'm gonna join the UFC. I may have raped a woman or two. I'm gonna join the UFC.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you could see. You could see Keyshawn Davis interrupted Teofimo Lopez, who was peacefully trying to read his book, and then it just went to heck after that.
I've seen it. I've seen this. Actually, seen that interview. Homeboy posted it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's too bad boxing is the promoters have slowly squeezed the sport to where you can make some top money if you make it up there, but otherwise, like the way it's promoted, the way it's unified, the way it kind of carries its weight, it's becoming so niche. It's dying. I think it will always have a niche, kind of like baseball is like slowly receding, but it will always have its niche. I mean, it's good to see these, professional athletes who fight the combat sports not just being raving maniacs and allowed to be like, it's free speech and we love it until, somebody does something in the name of some bullshit that you're saying.
Also nice to see him read children books as entertainment.
I'm okay with the violence and the craziness, if it's inside the lines. UFC goes outside the lines all the damn time.
Yeah. Well, the
thing
is,
they're just reckless. They're reckless, and act like, there's no responsibility. You guys are, America's watching. I mean, the world's watching. I'm talking about America. The world's watching, and they're giving off this thing like shit. Our fighters can do whatever the hell they want. We can throw chairs at buses. We can rape women. We can talk about women. We can.
It was actually a dolly at a bus window and shattered it.
Yeah, or whatever. They just wow. Oh yeah, our fighters get arrested. Our fighters beat up old people in the bar. they have no responsibility. That's why I can't get behind them. I mean, I watch they fight, and when it's a good fight, when I get a chance, I don't seek out UFC like you guys do. I don't do it because the only time I watch it is when my son comes over and order a fight, or if I'm somewhere out with hanging out with the fellas, they got the fight on. I'm not seeking a UFC fight ever.
Yeah. No, I think UFC has its base, and it's grown enough as a sport, and it's in the the mainstream of sports conversation now, and the consciousness that it can do kind of what it wants. Eventually it's gonna, like, they're still going through antitrust stuff through the courts right now, so they're eventually going to have to like reckon with that. And I think some of the parent companies like Disney and whatever the other company that owns majority stake that are in partnership or own ownership groups, they have to step up at a certain point and be like, hey, get your fighters under control, or there's going to be we're going to start rearranging certain contracts and the way we do things. You can change stuff from the top. And so hold the UFC accountable. They're doing some fuck shit, man. They're making $400 million a year to do however many events or whatever. I'm not sure the numbers. ESPN, do y'all have anything to say about some of this behavior? We criticize and hold these other athletes of other sports that more generally tend to be a different skin tone more often than not when you consider the UFC. But these fools can't say and do some of the shit that they've done without some kind of repercussion. It's going to come to a head sooner than later. So hopefully it doesn't go too long, because it's starting to build up. You can't have fools and maniacs that are just out of control and be putting that just out there like it's some kind of content that's quality. Now it does make it a little interesting, but it's not quality. It's bad for the culture, man.
UFC are a bunch of skinhead white guys watching people in the ring who are also look like skinhead white guys.
I take offense to that.
In other news, it was the Super Bowl. Patriots, come on, the Chiefs were battling against the San Francisco 49ers. The Chiefs of Kansas City versus the 49ers of San Francisco via Santa Clara. A tense game throughout, a low-scoring game throughout, even went to overtime, and ended with the Chiefs defeating the 49ers. Was it 26-22? Was that the final score?
25 to 22.
Oh, because they didn't kick the extra point. Yeah.
Boy, nobody had that score.
Nobody. I ain't get nothing on my numbers.
The show needs to be sponsored by one of them gambling sites that y'all playing, nigga.
I can't find nobody playing squares.
Yeah, David Giza. Shout out to David Giza. He had some squares. Anyways, I want to know from you guys, how did you spend your Super Bowl? Did you go to a party? And what was the food that you had? The best food that you had at your Super Bowl party? But then also, how did you feel about the game?
You want to start? You want me to start?
I want to give a congrats to Patrick Mahomes Sr. for making the game after getting another DUI.
You can join me with a victory cigar?
You smoke cigars?
You're calling Black and Mild cigars?
I'll be on the miles. I'll be on the miles with that yank hard yesterday, Skip.
I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the results of the game more than the game. The game was close. It was a good game, but I enjoyed the results more than anything else. It was a good football season. I'm excited at the Niners. I'm excited to show up around Niner fans. Oh, surprise guests. I am juice.
Oh, this is a blessing. Darius.
I'm juice. I ain't seen this man in a long time.
Thank you, Jesus. I prayed about you, Darius. Said, please come back.
He already wrote in the chat, fuck the Cowboys.
And then
there goes some nigga coon shit by Darius. Thank you. Shout out sponsorship. Come on our show. Darius came in just to write fuck the Cowboys in the chat, y'all. If y'all don't know what happened to Darius,
the owner of
the podcast has not been on the last few episodes, but made a cameo where he briefly entered in the chat, fuck the Cowboys, and then left without saying a word.
Last few episodes.
Bless you.
If y'all want to know the rundown, Adarius is boycotting the show because he is not in our fantasy basketball league anymore.
He got mad at Jared.
Darius left the podcast like black men leave their family.
Oh, jeez. We need to keep moving on so Pedro can't get warmed up into a topic. All right. Well, anyways, back to AG3. What was your Super Bowl party like? What was the best food you had? And what is your takeaway of the game?
Super Bowl party. I don't do Super Bowl parties no more. Everybody know why. If you listen to old shows, you know why. And I'm not gonna rehash it. Not now. I did have wings from the Korean spot called Bold. I had some wings and made some rice. I have some kimchi pancakes, but I was too full to eat them. I had to put them in the fridge. I was over here chugging beer, man, spitting. And once Patrick Mahomes proved they was a bad man, I started spitting it out like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's a bad man.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna break down the game, or we're just talking about the food right now?
No.
What you think about the game? Remember, I said what I thought about the game. Patrick Mahomes. I never lost faith. I never lost faith in Patrick Mahomes. Jared lost faith. I was the one texting Jared, calm down. Listen to Jared first quarter, second quarter. He called me at halftime. I told Jared, hey, man, as long as Patrick Mahomes get the ball last, he can win it. He gonna win it. He gonna win it, Jared. It's a lot of football game left. I said he gonna win it, and he turned around and won it.
Yeah. I just would like to also have a moment of silence for the upwards of 725 million chickens who had to lose their lives. Maybe not 725, but maybe the four.
You said 1,000?
A million, hundreds of millions of chickens lost their lives because of the wings that were eaten on the Super Bowl today. It's projected that 1.45 billion are eaten on Super Bowl Sunday across the country.
That many wings was eaten, man. Where the hell are the thighs? Should be on a discount at the store tomorrow. I'm a thigh eater. I ate those wings only because someone bought them for me yesterday. Thank you very much. But when it comes to I'm a thigh eater. I'm a thigh guy, man. Why thighs ain't on sale then?
You know what, hey, Aaron,
thighs tomorrow.
That could be a strategy after the Super Bowl. Always looking for the thighs to be on a massive sale.
I'm gonna walk in there and give me some thighs, man. I don't know why do people love wings so much.
Man, wings are good, man. Wings might be the best party food.
Wings are not the best part of the chicken, man. It's not the juice.
No, I didn't say the best part of the chicken. I said the best party food because you don't need a big piece. You can eat it like in one hand. You can get a small plate and have several of them. And versus where like a bigger piece, you like either you looking like a chicken grubbing nigga, tire lipping nigga eating a big ass piece of chicken with your or you gotta have a fork or something. You gotta eat it where you gotta sit down. Wing is mobile.
Man, the more classy person, thigh is mobile.
I'll do a quick Cuddy Quarter shout out for food to my son Michael and my mother. My mom said there was some wings on sale at the big Safeway, $5 Fridays. Wasn't no wings on sale. She getting a little old, so maybe that was just.
Pictures every Friday.
Well, yeah, that's wasn't no wings, Aaron. I was looking at that picture. She had me going crazy looking for the coupon. So that's a Cuddy shout out to her and then my son. Then my son and my daughter's boyfriend. Both are vegetarian. So my wife's sitting out here stressing about some goddamn meatless enchiladas.
You ain't showing me nothing new, essay. Picoto, moroto, maceto, cominato, sushotos.
That she made for the Super Bowl. And they actually ate all of them, too.
You just make some beans and rice for the vegetarians. Be like, sorry, y'all, we got beans and rice.
Michael and
you ain't getting no enchiladas, man. We putting chicken in these bitches.
only meat that James eat is pepperonis. He's on pizza, but they don't. Yeah, Michael and James are both vegetarian. They'll eat fish. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't eat red meat. They don't eat poultry. This Cuddy Quarter shout out goes to them niggas. But we had our food of choice was nachos. We had turkey, ground turkey meat, black beans, sour cream. Well, nachos was pretty good, pretty doggone good. If I had to say so myself, she got down with those. We're breaking down the game, man. Coming into this game, I thought I predicted the score to be 21-14. I thought it was going to be a defensive struggle because both of these defenses have played well. Did not know that Kansas City doesn't have the talent on the outside to gain yards like they used to. They would all have to be on that quarterback, and it would all have to be on Travis Kelce. In the first half, Andy Reid coached that or called them plays like he was on his diabetes medication or forgot to take it.
If you have type 2 diabetes like I have, you're confronted with choices. You can choose to feel sorry for yourself. I hope you don't.
Because he was trying,
he's too high and too low.
Everybody involved to try to throw the 49. No. Everything should have been a forward play. Draw play. I would have read so many doggone QB draws and just to throw them off. And you see, they got all their big chunk plays was all Patrick Mahomes in the second half. They did a better job of calling plays in the second half. Now, I'm going to give the 49ers extreme amount of – I'm going to give Kyle Shanahan extreme amount of credit. Like I told my son, I was like, that's the best coaching job I've ever seen in a game when you have mediocre talent. That man at quarterback, that man almost coached him by himself to a Super Bowl victory. He might be just like he put on the Eric Spoelstra show. He put on an Eric Spoelstra show. I was like, man, this dude's going to, when I was getting nervous, like, oh man, this dude's going to coach this team into a Super Bowl victory. He learned from his mistakes from when he was in Atlanta. He's learning. They're growing. They're getting better. If he had a quarterback, any decent quarterback, if he had my boy if he had 2 Chainz, but he was younger. I was just saying, he was a younger coach back then, and he had, he was making some mistakes. He was
making some stupid plays in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. He didn't
run the ball, kick the field goal, don't do a 7-step drop and get sacked out of field goal range, and then punt it and let Tom Brady come back on you.
He made no mistakes. If he had Jordan Love back there at quarterback, San Francisco wins this 35-14.
Well, no, here's the deal. I'll say I think Brock Purdy played a relatively good and efficient game, especially
he completed 60% of his passes. I don't know if that's sufficient, dude.
60%? That's good. Like anybody who's getting above 60%.
Not in today's football, and not with as many short passes he throws.
Yeah,
it's not good.
But he made some good throws today. He made some good plays. Part of it is I think the throw to Jennings in that fourth quarter when they took it down and almost like salted the game away. Now, in big moments, this is where I'll give the Chiefs credit, is that they made plays. They were really well coached and not getting just overly leveraged or caught completely off guard. And those passes that a lot of times, Brock Purdy had a lot of time. Brock Purdy had a lot of time that first half. And typically, hold on. Let me just say, typically in the past, when Brock Purdy has that much time, and the way the Niners scheme is, somebody is coming wide open a lot of times. So the fact that the Chiefs were in the right place, they were sound with assignment, and they took away a lot of those first and second options that he likes to get to that a lot of times are wide open. He's done it to every team in the league. He's done it to a lot of teams like that. I give credit to the Chiefs. What Aaron was saying about the Chiefs, now I can say, hey, that Chiefs defense showed up and took away a lot of things when they weren't getting pressure. Brock Purdy wasn't just eating them alive. And maybe you could say, we can go back and look at film and be like, Brock Purdy, was missing all these things. But I think that the Chiefs were covering a lot of that up and being in good position and, neutralize a lot of that stuff, because the amount of time he had in that first half, I expected them to just go down the field and score 3 straight times. But they were getting stops because they were in good position. They were in good coverage. They batted balls away at several crucial moments. So I give the Chiefs all the credit on their defense for what they did. The same way I was waiting for Patty Mahomes to prove it, it was also I'm waiting for this defense to show me in the biggest realm. And they did that overall, is they kept the game manageable. The Niners got through a couple times, but overall they were able to say, hey, even when y'all are moving the ball, y'all are going to work for it. You're not going to get those big chunk plays down the field as often as you usually do when you see them when they did it to the Cowboys. It's like, man, the Cowboys trying to make a comeback. Nope, he just made a 30-yard pass, another 20-yard pass, and a 15-yard pass, and now they're on the goal line scoring a touchdown. No, that didn't happen. So all credit due to the Chiefs defense for also being well organized and sound with assignment. The corners proved a lot because a lot was they came with like all out blitzes several times, but there was like 7-8 dudes blitzing. And that means that your dudes are out there by themselves guarding. And
I said that before. I said that last week. I said the way Kansas City wins this game is that they can go zero coverage on those blitzes because their corners can cover. Yeah. But I'm talking about this. There's 2 passes Brock Purdy missed. This is why he's a game manager. There was a dude when Brandon Ayuk was wide open.
Yeah.
He missed him. And then on the other play, they had Debo right up the sideline.
And both those
threw it out the end zone.
And I will say, and it's not to defend Brock Purdy, it was a play in the moment was made by a Chiefs player to, like Chris Jones on both of those, or at least one of those, the one to Debo, the one to Ayuk, somebody was in his face.
He really was in his face.
Chris Jones was right there.
He kind of came late. I mean,
but the Ayuk one, he was gonna get hit. And so like that's one of those where you could say it's miscommunication because Ayuk, if he had just sprinted one way, like he might have been able to run under it, but like I think he was seeing it, he's trying to get rid of it. But that's because also they got pressure on those moments. There was plays that the Niners missed, and in those plays they actually got some pressure. So like I think it's a little bit of both. It's not that Brock Purdy was standing like Jimmy Garoppolo missed the dude to basically seal the game against the Chiefs in 2019. He overthrew a guy who Emmanuel Sanders wide open, 10 yards behind any coverage basically, and he overthrew him by about 3 yards.
I said, why the hell is 49ers keep playing around with these quarterbacks? Now, see, this is going to happen. They're going to have to sign this guy now. They're going to have to sign Brock Purdy.
Is Brock Purdy the Tony Romo of the Niners? But he's gotten way farther than Tony Romo, so I got to give him credit.
No. Let's not do that. Tony Romo on this 49er team is a Super Bowl champion.
Maybe, hopefully.
That's true. This team is better than anything Romo ever had.
Yes, thank you. Please. Cut it out.
The most Romo had was DeMarco Murray running his ass off. That's it.
Well, the Cowboys did have like one of the top when Wade Phillips was running that defense and the offense was humming.
They weren't as talented as this Niner team is.
They were pretty fucking talented. They had T.O.
They had some good.
They had T.O.
Dio and Des Bryant.
They had Marion Barber and Julius Jones. They had some talent on those squads, and they just didn't put it together. And
Marion Barber was running his way through CT.
Well, shout out to my Marion Barber, RIP. One of my favorite Cowboys running backs, top 5 all-time Cowboys running back. There's not a lot of Cowboys running backs like people saying
dehydration.
I gotta steal the joke.
He was going. Hey man, his mind. I think his mind, unfortunately, was gone. They said he was doing some Delonte West shit, except even more extreme.
Yeah.
He was unfortunately.
I think Delonte West got CTE for sleeping with LeBron James' mother.
She beat his ass. Well, for me, I watched the game by myself for the first half, and was very pessimistic. And I had some meatballs. My mom made some meatballs. She took to a Super Bowl party she went to. So shout out to Mom's sponsorship. Thank you for the meatballs. Had a little bit of meatballs and then a little bit of shepherd's pie that she had made. As a little home cooked food. Did nothing special really. The meatballs was a special part. And then otherwise, I was, I finished the half and then came back to my place, and Jason and his mom and brother were over, and they had a little spread with some wings and some pasta and pizza and shit. So I pecked on a couple wings, but I watched the second half with people. So it was like a split. It was like I got to get the first half of the real stressful part out of my system, watch the second half in a little more social situation. But I really was trying to avoid watching the game. I almost went to the gym today instead of watching any of the game.
You know what? When someone told you last week, it was Brandon that told you last week, Jared, or 2 weeks ago when Detroit blew it, and you said, and remember Brandon said, hey, this will be all better because they'll get to the Super Bowl and get even closer, so 49er fans will feel even worse. And you're like, no, man, fuck that, man. They got a chance.
I told you, I like. If that is a sweetness in my life, is the Niners losing. It's one of the things that I'm willing just to eat the most manufactured form of that. The sooner, the better. Like, the cheap version that you can manufacture in a moment, give it to me. Niners don't even make the playoffs, give it to me. Niners losing the first round of playoffs, give that to me. That's fine. Getting to the championship game in the Super Bowl, no. I don't need no gourmet like sweetness of like, oh, that extra gets the Niners. No. Not a fan. Shut the fuck up sooner. My life gets quieter. So I had to deal with a couple extra weeks of stress. I don't think I don't. It's not worth the trade off. Now I did buy me a nice bottle of some mezcal, the Chichicapa. Shout out sponsorship, and I got my little craft here. Shout out to my homie Brian for making this little sandblasted glass right here for me. And a little what's this called, Aaron? What kind of glass is this called?
Not a cognac glass?
It might be a cognac glass, you know. Just a sweet smell of 49ers loss and mezcal.
Big step.
I gotta feel it, Quake. I gotta feel it. H-Niners. We still winning.
I'm big stepping. 49ers with me and we out here bitch pressing. Big flexing. Offense scoring and we got them big weapons. Big stepping.
All right, Cuddy Corner shoutouts. Cuddy Corner shoutouts. Cuddy Corner shoutouts is the segment in the show where everyone gets a chance to rant, complain, or highlight something positive in the world. Something positive. Cuddy Corner shoutouts. Cuddy Corner shoutouts.
It's time. We're burning now. God, if you let it in, hell, so cold and bleeding now, now, now. I'm in with it, man. Gonna let you down. He had sex with my mama. We're broken people now. I just said I need a
Aaron, do you have a Cuddy Corner shout out? Uh-oh. I keep playing that.
I had a couple. I had one that I was all lined up and ready. And to Tony Romo just said, Aaron, you got to put me first because I'm just stupid and shit to say stupid shit. Tony Romo was horrible. Horrible, man. Horrible. I really contemplated watching the Nickelodeon broadcast because I did not want to hear him no more. Dude, in the first quarter, he called Nick Bosa genius for putting his hand down and not hitting Mahomes in the head as he went for a sack that he didn't get. He didn't even get the sack. But you see how he put his hand down so he didn't hit him in the head? That's genius. Nick Bosa's a genius on his rushing style right here. He also said Christian McCaffrey had a tight run in which it was a 3rd and 18 play or 3rd and 20 play in the first quarter, in which Christian McCaffrey caught a screen pass and got tackled really fast. I mean, Kansas City kind of ate it up after he tackled. He only had a 3-yard gain. And he said, I thought that was going to go for 30. It was a great run. I mean, it was just shit after shit. Instead of just calling the game how he sees it, he tries to make everything big. He tries to make things bigger, just like in the AFC Championship game when he's like, that could be the game winner, that touchdown we just saw. In the third, he'll yell that's the touchdown that makes a difference, and it's probably going to be the one that makes a difference in this whole game. He says stuff like that. He did that in the Buffalo game. He tries to make all these things bigger than they are. That's his whole thing. Like, he wants to be known to be like John Madden and the other greats, Vince Scully. He wanted, and Harry Carey so bad where they have those legendary signal calls. He's trying to make it. He's just saying shit out of his ass. Remember that one play where Mahomes threw the ball and he threw it behind the backup tight end. And he threw it behind him because, and it was like in the red zone, but he threw it behind him because if he let him, the tight end would have ended up getting carried off the field, right? It was a smart pass. And Romo yells, you see how who was the tackle? He said Gregory raised his hand and forced Mahomes to throw it back. Gregory was nowhere near him, and he didn't even raise his hand. He said Patrick Mahomes feels on. And then when they showed the replay and you saw that Gregory had nothing to do with that pass being thrown a little behind the receiver, he goes, oh, yes, he just that little movement. Patrick Mahomes feels that. He's good enough to feel that. He feels everything. And it's like, oh, my God, just shut the fuck up. That's what I want to say. Shut the fuck up, Tony Romo. You're awful at it. Do your homework. Call the game as it is. Give me RG3 and the other black dude. I'll take them too, man. Give me Gus Johnson. I'm tired of this motherfucker trying to make every moment bigger than it is.
Don't forget Tony Romo almost also said this on live TV.
Is that a bootleg?
The tough yards, the finish on the play. Right there, you got 3. Talked about the best tackling team. They don't.
It was almost like you were nervous, like it was a game. This giant, this figure, I mean, this guy, it was just like such a cool moment, special.
Just get him off the fucking air. You know what? I'll dub in my voice send an N-word on him. We'd be like, no, he really said it. I think he'll back him. Get his ass off there. He sucks, man. He sucks. But my real Cuddy Quarter shot goes out to listen. If I had a friend, if I know someone that bought like a Honda Civic SI, you know, the racing model, got the racing steering wheel, the fins, everything on it, racing style, the racing seats, the racing style seat belts. I'm not gonna go to him and say, hey man, I feel like racing this weekend. Can I borrow borrow your car? Can I have your help? Can I send your car and let's just go race it a couple of times for a couple hours this weekend? Right? Especially people I don't know. Just because I have a truck the same way. Let me tell you something. If I've never met your parents, you never met mine. I've never been inside you at some point.
I like booty.
Or you inside me, which never has happened, but I just threw it out there.
You say your pants in her, man. Somebody be up in your butt.
Look, there's people that's on my close list that can ask me, hey, man, can I use your truck? Hey, man, hey, Aaron, I need to move something. Guess what? Yes, we'll figure it out. We'll make a plan. You know my schedule, you know how my parking is at my house, but we'll figure it out. Those people, let me tell you, most of those people I have, like I said, I have met their parents. They're longtime friends. I've sat and had a coffee with them. I ate with them before, and you know they might have met mine. But the list is long. You know, whether we go Little Tim, Big Tim, Pedro, Jason, everyone on this podcast, Adarius could call me up. Yes, Adarius met his grandma, met Adarius' mama. You know, people. I met Pal Mom. Guess what? He Pal on the list, right? Jared, Jason, Ed, all these people on the list. The problem is when you have a truck, people act like that you get a truck so you can, like, oh, you must have got this truck because you like helping people move stuff. No, I got this truck because it's a hybrid and I like it, right? I barely put shit in the back for myself because fools will steal it out. The only time I put shit in the back usually is garbage and shit when we leave Pescadero, right? We putting the recycle and the garbage in the back of the truck. But people be hitting, man, I had someone hit me up that got evicted from my building. You got evicted from the building for being dirty and for having mice, roaches, and critters. And they had the nerves to ask me if they could can you help me move some big stuff? Fuck no. I was not stepping a step in that dirty ass room. I can't wait till they need to fumigate it after you finally get all your shit out. I'm thinking about going and get a couple of abused cats. Beat them up a little bit, just some mean ass cats. I want an old mean fucking cat that's blind in one eye, but can still catch some mice once they move out. Had the nerves to ask me that.
You better get you some Jason Derulo.
I'm gonna have to give me some Jason. And I hope that he walked through LAX. So that's my Cuddy Corner shout out. People who know you got a truck and ain't never really had conversation with you, ain't even worked with you. And like, hey, you got a truck, right? I had someone ask me that one day at work. I ain't never even talked to really at work. Hey, you got a truck, right?
Aaron, is your mic plugged in?
Yeah, it's plugged in.
You sure to switch off your mic?
Huh?
Check your Zoom again. I think you switched off.
No, it's still in. It's still in. What's the problem? What the problem is? You know what? You're right. Hold on. What the problem is?
It's just
Why
not
is
coming
it
in
like
as...
it's bleeding? You're right. It's bleeding for some reason. I don't know what it's doing. Hey, like it's not rising. It's staying up. Something fucked up.
I don't know if it's computer.
Could be my computer. Could be my internet. My making that. Yep. This shit jumped to Xfinity Wi-Fi.
Yep. That's it.
Now we at the end of the show. There it is. My Cuddy Corner shout goes out to Xfinity. Charge a lot of money and shit.
Pedro, do you have a Cuddy Corner shout out?
Yeah, man. So things have been bothering me while I was sitting here contemplating doing nothing for the last 2 weeks. Finally got my rig back, got it fixed. It's up and running. Got a little few things I need to handle tomorrow morning and get it back under compliance. But I was pondering and I was sitting. I got some other projects I got, I'm getting done. I need some more work. And my Cuddy Quarter shout out goes out to quality and customer service. I ordered a transmission the day after Christmas. This is my fault for buying a truck, and I didn't. I just wanted a truck. I was okay with having to repair it because the truck I got is pretty clean. I was okay. I was like, hey, something go wrong, shit. Truck I got, I can fix the whole damn drivetrain for $3,500. Not a problem. Problem with that is, Cutty Corner shout out goes to AutoZone for giving me horrible customer service, horrible quality parts, and then I have to go to a regional manager to get any type of uniform answer. This is getting nuts. You kids out here, I don't know what y'all on. I don't know if y'all don't want to work. I don't know if y'all lying. I don't know what's going on with you. You smoke too much weed. You do too many mushrooms. You have sex with other boys. I don't know what's going on. But you are totally being weird. I go up to the shop. I got a manager telling me one thing. I got a kid telling me the other. And another kid telling me, oh, yeah, your transmission will be here. It's on its way. Well, I'm going on the third week. After you shipped me a bad transmission, AutoZone, I'm on the third week. And I still ain't got my damn transmission. Now, the regional manager is supposed to be handling this. Hopefully they can expedite my shipment and we'll be okay. But the third week, because of lies, if they would have just told me it would have took 3 weeks, I've been totally fine with this. But I went in there and ordered the transmission. First one came in broke. Then I go order it again. They didn't even send out for it. They thought they was doing warranty work. No, the first transmission you sent me was broke. So I got my money back. And I sent out for another one. They didn't even do that right. I'm like, dude, I'm giving you $2,800. And you guys y'all screwing that up? No, I want customer service. And then, coming back to that, my main mechanic, instead of him being transparent with me, they help me out. They don't charge me enough. But all he had to do was call me and say, hey, man, I ain't got my key. Let me know so, I can make another move where we can, be flexible with that. It took them, 3 weeks to get to my big truck. So I've been sitting there 3 weeks. And I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, man, shoot, I can't trust. You can't really. You try to do this shit by yourself, man. You out here just assed out, and I can't. Just go to another, machine shop. All my shit's there. So, I'm glad they got it going. The truck sounds great. I'm happy, but next time I'm gonna have to communicate a little more. Maybe I need to be a little meaner.
Well, my Cutty Corner shout out goes out to people who decide to climb, or in quotations, climb Mount Everest. Apparently, people climb Mount Everest now will have to pack in and bring out their own poo because of the amount of garbage and fecal matter they leave along the way to their ascent to dominate this peak as typically privileged and more often than not, Anglo beautiful, white European-based peoples. Y'all done left your shit, literally and metaphorically and vernacularly, on the mountain, and it's disgusting now. And they don't got cleaning crews that can go up at those altitudes and just randomly like, man, we just go do some street sweeping today. Oh shit, we got the people who clean the blocks in Berkeley, walking around with a garbage can and some tongs and a broom and a dustpan. No, that's not how it works at Mount Everest. It's too hard. And y'all got people carrying all your shit anyways half the time. So really, you just out there on a stroll while some Tibetan niggas or Nepalese niggas is handling all the business for you. And then you just shit and leave garbage, bottle caps, all over the place.
You was farting in bathtubs and laughing your ass off.
So, fuck y'all. I hope y'all.
Half the time, they got someone carrying this shit all the time.
I hope they got to carry their own shit. I was mandated, your shit, you carry. There ain't no Sherpa carrying your shit out. You pack that shit, you deuce in a bucket, you bag it up, and you carry that shit out yourself. Stop fucking up. This is a root of white supremacy. The whole concept of summiting Mount Everest.
No, most
and it's been turned into.
Liberal there.
You said what?
Real thing is to climb a fucking mountain.
I can't wait, man. Your mic's messed up, man. I don't know what's going on. Adjust your auto tunes. Maybe it's because you taking your speaker, your headphones in and out. It's messing with the.
I said, can you hear me now?
That's better. Yeah, now it sounds like your mic is working.
I said I had to unplug the mic. I said most of the people that climb a fucking mountain are probably liberal, dude.
It's not about being liberal. It's like the entire concept, like the fact that you can have conservative and liberal in our country. It doesn't matter. The spawning of our country was still what? The roots of it is still what? It was a white supremacist colonizing project. So regardless of which, anything that spawns afterwards is going to have the grips, the grasps, or the lens and the focus and the acceptance of white supremacy. That is why it is so hard to rebel and create a substantive revolution. And that's why everything is, you know what I'm saying, we are going to reform. The form is still the same. And this is an extension of global white supremacy. You get some Tibetan, Nepalese niggas. Are they Tibetan or Nepalese, Aaron? What is it?
Nepalese.
Yeah, Nepalese niggas. It works better. Nepalese niggas. Pedro, can you give me a soundbite? Can you just say Nepalese niggas?
Nepalese niggas.
Y'all basically about 5 different kinds of Indians.
Yeah, you know, so it is what it is. But you know, we've talked about it in the past. There's so much garbage being left up there. There's like tons of garbage, bottles, bottle caps, air tanks. You know what I'm saying? Shit is being left up there, and you're destroying a natural habitat that not much lives at because it's not easy. So yeah, you might think, oh, it's a barren tundra, kind of like the Walmart parking lot near the airport in Oakland. This is the barren tundra. You throw garbage because it's fenced in, so garbage is gonna pick up and stay against the fence anyways. But regardless, man, like you are fucking up an amazing place for your own clout, for your own sense of achievement, because there isn't other shit to do in your motherfucking life. So fuck you, fuck that. And like, yeah, like if I had a chance to climb Mount Everest, maybe I would, but I don't need to.
I ain't got no reason to climb that motherfucker.
And honestly, yeah, why do I need to do that? What's the point? It's a beautiful thing. Not everything must be conquered. Not everything must be tamed or said that, hey, I had an experience that put that on a level where I can claim something about it, some type of self and personal existential ownership over that. That's really what it comes down to. And that's a big key component of white supremacy in our country. It's not that you are always some crazy bigot, but you have this urge to say that I can put myself as having experienced and equal to some kind of component of another person's experience or a component of the world that you don't have ready access to, or that is foreign to you. Because that also shows some form of strength. Oh man, this thing was foreign to me and I was able to dominate it. Oh, it was foreign to me and I was able to manage it. I was able to handle it. And like that, yeah, that's a quality that I think is important, to be able to handle unfamiliar situations. But when you pay top dollar to have people carry your shit, no, that's not handling a situation. That's you flying to a country using the fact that, you know, there isn't crazy big markets and the people have built an economy around servicing, because so many of you people keep coming there to do this stupid shit. And that's part of your white supremacy. So I need you to check your privilege and come correct. And it also got me going into some other thing I was thinking about this week, where it's like people are so worried about feeling like the people are calling them racist or bigoted. It's not about that. It's about you putting in the time. Aaron, we talked about this a little bit. Putting in the time. Each era, each generation has an opportunity to do something to better itself for the future, to better the culture for the future. And as we've seen, it was, you know, in our country, it was abolition, suffragist movement, anti-segregation law, and, you know what I'm saying, like, and equal rights, voting rights, like in every step of the way, there are generations of people, there are people that are sacrificing things for that. And right now, I need white people to step up and sacrifice and put in the work to deconstruct. We're not going to be able to take it all apart. Let's just have an all-out revolution. That's up to y'all. Liberals, conservatives, white people probably won't be too on board with that. You'll see them reveal themselves for who they are when they're like, oh shit.
Climbing a mountain.
What I'm saying is that it is your time to sacrifice. Like we can I'm wholeheartedly not going to vote for Joe Biden, and I'm at the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm not saying that that Donald Trump is the better option. What I'm saying is that this bipartisan bullshit duopoly is not the best option, and at a certain point, enough people, and it's hard to say this, but it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, this is bullshit. And this is why you got so many disenfranchised, people of color or disenfranchised general voting base, middle, just lower economic voting base, where it's like we gotta make them pay, but we also have to be active and be a part of a solution. And if we need to start seeing, more diverse representation, as in like more parties, or holding our elected officials to actually taking our interests and putting them on the ballots or on the legislature and being presented to be passed as things that are going to benefit these people. We can't just keep voting with these identity politics and just going with what they want us to go with. That's us playing into their game. So that is, in a way, this might be a time where we need to sacrifice. We might get a shitty president for another 4 years, but we need to say, hey, y'all better reevaluate. Democratic Party, y'all need to reevaluate what the fuck you're doing. Green Party, other parties need to somebody needs to come in and fracture this and separate it, because we got identity politics, and identity politics just playing out some bullshit identity politics at that.
Can't do it.
We need to sacrifice. So
the way you do that is start watching the news. That's not gonna happen.
Fuck the status quo. And stay off Mount Everest, you fuckers. Otherwise, I hope you carry your own shit.
Where's the porta potties?
Nigga, they don't. Like Pedro, I said they don't. It's not like Aaron. You know how they got the little street spirit dudes that be sweeping with the orange vest in Berkeley. Keep the block clean, or like the dude that be taking care of your block. Like they don't got that up there, man. It's at 20-some thousand feet, bro. Like people can't.
Somebody
Pedro, I was at
a doo-doo hole.
Aaron, what was that motherfucking volcano in Hawaii? What was the altitude of that motherfucker? It was 11,000.
What was it? You think
it was 11 or 12,000? 10.
It was like 11 or 12, man. That shit was killing me, man. Shit was cute, and I wasn't moving, Pedro.
Aaron, I walked down a little bit, and then I started coming back up the hill, and I was like, oh shit, this is I gotta move slow. I didn't realize it was gonna take me this long to move back.
He came back to the car breathing all heavy. He couldn't breathe. And I was like, you all right, Jared? Yeah, I'm fine. He was talking like that. And I said, fucking serves you right. Because I feel like my fucking gallbladder is about to explode. All my fucking sinuses and bladders are swollen and shit. I'm dying. I'm in the fucking car by myself, dying by the second. I'm like, this motherfucker over here trying to go on a fucking hike up the volcano, man. Every one of them people deserve to drop dead on that mountain. If I'm the Sherpas, I'll just go ahead and use their bodies to slide down.
Yeah, I guess what is your final takeaways of this game, though? What is your takeaway, and what are we looking forward to in the NFL? Like, what does this championship say about the future of the NFL?
I'll let you go first, Pedro.
Well, the future of the NFL is all. I don't understand the question, because the NFL is king. Okay, NFL's fine. But,
I mean, storylines going into
it's fine, even with Usher doing some bad pop locking out there.
Oh yeah. How was the halftime show for you? I didn't see it.
Well, my kids enjoyed it, so they were happy, I guess.
How did you enjoy it, motherfucker?
Okay, about your kids.
I'm old, man.
That's what we want your opinion, not the joke.
Pedro, Usher came out during your clubbing days.
Usher is your age, not your fucking kid's age.
Yeah, Usher should have been your irregular period.
Yeah, I didn't have any irregular. So I mean, I don't know. I think he did too many songs. He way too many songs. I'm like, he tried to play the whole damn album. It's like, shit, nigga, what you doing?
I heard he was on roller skates at one point.
Yeah, no, his residency, he's on roller skates. And what he should have did, I guess he can get away with it. They have stripper poles at the at his residency too, that they talk about.
You didn't go to the show, Pedro?
I haven't been to a Usher show.
Shout out to our Patreon fans and anybody who wants to start a GoFundMe for Pedro to get to see Usher's show with stripper poles in Vegas. We'll take any donations.
He's not doing it anymore. I think he exited out. I think it's out. Yeah,
damn.
I think so.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, it's different residencies now.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, he's out there.
That's not the only thing.
Well, anyway, sorry to interrupt, Pedro, but keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just, what a halftime show. In the future, the NFL looks bright. You guys going to have to start, if you're looking now, you can get to the Super Bowl with game managers, but if you want to win, you want a legacy, you're going to have to get some of these Negro quarterbacks that run real fast and throw the ball really well. Do you see why Cleveland spent all that money on Deshaun Watson? Mm-hmm. And he's a pervert because they only make a few of those. Okay, they only make a few of those. Even though he's a pervert, if he's right, he's a Patrick Mahomes type. We've seen this in the playoff. C.J. Stroud, future looks strong for him. We got a guy, Caleb Williams, coming in the league. Looks like he's going to be a quasi Patrick Mahomes.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. I don't know about Justin Fields.
I don't know about Justin Fields, but it seemed like if he's coached right, he can be a little bit more than a game manager.
Desmond Ritter.
That's a not white guy.
What's his name? The quarterback for Buffalo. You need those guys. He plays like a nigga. You're gonna need those type of guys.
Don't forget Jordan Love showed up. Jordan Love. I like how nobody's naming Dak, and it's fair. It's fine. I don't.
Jordan Love. No, because Jack lost that. He looked like he was headed that way, and then it looks like he got brainwashed on a bunch of stuff.
He started doing sleep number mattress commercials and Oikos.
He got brainwashed in a bunch of stuff and not making his own. When he hurt his ankle, I think that's where he just pivoted into, okay, I got to stay in this pocket a little more. Remember the playoffs? Yeah, he had a great year.
Hold on. Yeah. I'm sorry, there was an ad playing on this.
Is that why he started jumping? I was looking at your screen jumping. What the hell you got a pop-up?
Hold on, I got it. Yeah. It was a little ad.
On the
got an S-Bang pop-up?
Come on.
Okay, here you go.
SNXXX that pop-up?
Sorry to interrupt the great conversation, but this is what you guys see this?
I wouldn't tell you.
Stars. Well, ultimately, the brain, all the information from the past as a child is stored. And it stores in our cells.
This motherfucker, dude.
Lymphatic system.
And the countdown is on to meet the human cannonball, breaking records right here in Tampa Bay. We'll have all that and more as Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging.
It would be Tampa.
Now.
And that black dude looked like he get his hair done where Stevie Wonder got his hair done for years.
Hold on, he's the first interview. That's why it was playing. I was like, who is this nigga?
For data. It is so nice to meet you in person. I know we met virtually, but what a pleasure.
Thank you.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about you. I had a session with Lingerie, and it was so impactful to me on a personal level. So what exactly is it that you do?
Well, ultimately, the brain, all the information from the past as a child.
Come on, man, hold on. I didn't see his name.
It's Lingerie.
Lingerie. That nigga name is Lingerie. I gotta see it.
And connecting to frequencies.
So I want to talk about myself personally, where things that I look at steered me in a direction of strength, which I'm very appreciative of, that formed as I learned through you in my childhood. But that can also work against you in ways.
Jared, what's up with your
balance?
Algorithms, man?
Ultimately, there's.
I don't know.
What is going on here, man?
Crazy.
It was an ad on the side of the website that was talking about how many chicken wings are eaten during the Super Bowl every year. 1.45 billion to be exact.
So they advertise them because they know you like a black man named Lingerie?
I think so, probably.
Jesus Christ. Lord help us all.
Lord help me.